On March 10th to 11th, 2026, distinct severe weather events affected communities in different parts of the United States. On the night of March 10th, intense thunderstorms and heavy rain triggered flash flooding in Grand Rapids, overwhelming drainage systems, inundating roadways, and forcing emergency responses. Hours earlier in central Texas near Leakey, a potent supercell thunderstorm produced hailstones measured between 3 and 4 inches in diameter, causing widespread property and agricultural damage. While these extremes differed in form, both posed measurable risks to infrastructure, mobility, and local economies. In Grand Rapids, flooding developed rapidly as thunderstorms moved across western Michigan. Meteorological observations recorded roughly 2 inches of rain falling within a period of less than 3 hours, a rate sufficient to exceed the design capacity of storm sewers in many urban neighborhoods. As a result, several arterial roads and neighborhood streets were submerged under standing water, disrupting commuter and transit routes during the evening commute. Some commercial districts experienced water intrusion into ground floor businesses, prompting precautionary closures until water could be removed and electrical systems inspected. Emergency dispatch centers logged approximately 200 storm-related calls in less than an hour, including requests for assistance with waterlogged basements and vehicles stalled in water. Fire departments and public works crews were dispatched to assist with water extraction, barricade placement, and preliminary assessments of structural damage. Small hail accompanied the rainfall in areas such as Highland Park and parts of southeast Grand Rapids, accumulating on sidewalks and in gutters, and temporarily hindering stormwater runoff. While no fatalities were reported, several homes near low-lying channels reported minor foundation seepage, and tens of thousands of dollars in private property losses were attributed to water damage and vehicle claims. Several hours earlier in central Texas, the hailstorm generated by a rotating supercell thunderstorm caused notable impacts across the hill country. Hailstones between 3 and 4 inches in diameter struck vehicles with sufficient force to dent metal panels and crack windshields, necessitating immediate repairs. Residential roofs experienced shingle loss and punctures, particularly on structures with older roofing materials, and some siding panels were compromised where hail impact exceeded material resistance ratings. Agricultural concerns were pronounced, as a plant nursery in Leakey reported extensive losses after large hailstones destroyed inventory, including potted ornamental plants and nursery stock, valued at several tens of thousands of dollars. Orchard and vineyard managers in nearby rural areas assessed crop damage where protective coverings were insufficient against the size of the hail. Small livestock enclosures and outdoor equipment such as irrigation systems and fencing also experienced impact damage, prompting safety inspections and temporary sheltering measures. Severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings accompanied the storm as it tracked through counties in the hill country, directing residents and local responders to seek shelter and monitor changing conditions. While there were no widespread reports of serious injuries, the concentration of hail damage imposed a substantial economic cost on individual households and small businesses.
It's even lightning! Lightning, huge hail, chance of flood.
As the storm system tracked northeastward, parts of Missouri, including the Kansas City metropolitan area, experienced a separate hailstorm. Near Weatherby Lake, hail up to 4 inches in diameter was reported, while Liberty, Parkville, and surrounding communities received smaller but still damaging hail. Vehicles sustained dents and broken windshields, and some rooftops and outdoor structures showed impact damage. Flash flood and severe thunderstorm warnings accompanied the storms, as heavy rain fell alongside the hail, briefly affecting local traffic and prompting safety measures. This Missouri event extended the series of severe weather incidents across the central United States that day, highlighting the widespread potential for hail, flooding, and property damage under the prevailing unstable atmospheric conditions. Meteorologists attribute both the Michigan flooding and the hailstorm events to a broad, unstable weather pattern that developed across the central United States in early March 2026. A strong cold front advancing eastward collided with warm, moisture-rich air moving north from the Gulf, creating a highly unstable atmosphere capable of supporting severe thunderstorms. In Grand Rapids and surrounding communities, repeated storm cells moved over the same geographic areas in a phenomenon known as training, allowing rainfall to accumulate rapidly and exceed the capacity of drainage infrastructure. In contrast, in central Texas and Missouri, the presence of strong vertical wind shear and intense updrafts within the supercell allowed hailstones to be suspended and grow larger as they cycled through freezing layers aloft before falling to the surface. In the aftermath of these events, communities and states are focused on recovery and continuing assessments. In Grand Rapids, public works crews continued to clear debris from storm drains, culverts, and low bridges to facilitate improved flow, and hydrologists are monitoring nearby creeks and tributaries for potential reflooding as runoff continues to move through the system. Property owners are documenting water damage for insurance claims, and several small businesses in affected districts remain closed temporarily while cleanup and safety checks are completed. In Texas and Missouri, homeowners are securing temporary roofing repairs to prevent secondary water damage, and agricultural operations are evaluating crop replacement and soil remediation options, where hail impacts stripped foliage and fruit. Local emergency management agencies in both regions are compiling data on infrastructure damage, coordinating with state and federal partners where eligible support programs exist, and preparing for any future severe weather advisories that may develop with upcoming seasonal transitions. The relative stabilization of weather in the days following the storms has allowed communities to begin restoring routines while maintaining awareness of ongoing assessments. Thanks for watching Severe Weather, where we break down the facts behind nature's most intense moments. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel going. Hit the bell so you never miss a real, calm, and clear report. See you in the next one. Stay informed, stay safe.